Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Lenmed Private Hospital Holdings, in association with Mr. Ishan Shivanand and his Yoga of Immortals program, welcomes all healthcare workers to the first session of a four-part webinar series that will be held weekly. I am Dr. Randir Puranwasi, and I'm your host for this afternoon session. My association with Lenmed goes back many years, not just as a shareholder at Howick Private Hospital, but also as the organizer of Ishanji's Science Beyond Science seminars that were held at the Lenmed hospitals when he visited South Africa. Mr. Shivanand will be teaching us some physical exercises, breathwork, and mind training techniques in today's program. Hence, providing much needed, non-invasive, non-pharmacological treatments that will enable the physical, mental, and emotional well-being of all our healthcare workers. Mr. Ishan Shivanand is amongst the most sought-after speakers and performance and wellness trainers on the international circuit, lecturing extensively to Fortune 500 companies such as Google, Uber, and LinkedIn. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor to introduce the dynamic, youthful, and inspirational Mr. Ishan Shivanand. Good morning, Ishan. Over to you.
Ishanji, you're on mute.
Good afternoon, everybody in South Africa. It's a pleasure to be here and conversing with you on a few meditative techniques that you can bring in your life. Today, the techniques that I'm going to share with you are part of the Yoga of Immortal curriculums. This is a curriculum that we designed and we did clinical trials on this curriculum way back in 2020. We did a trial on which there were 11,000 participants around the world, out of which about 1,000 people were from South Africa itself. It was a 6-month study in which we provided app-based online interventions, and we wanted to see that if progressive meditative protocols are provided, what would be the effect? And we found that if these protocols are practiced for a recurring period of time. In this study, it was for 30 days and the system was repeated for 6 months. We found that 4 parameters were greatly affected. The first parameter was severe insomnia. 82% of people who were participating who suffered from severe insomnia, they found that there was a reduction and normalization of sleep patterns without any pharmaceutical aid. Out of the people who participated, 75% who had severe anxiety, they were able to decrease in their generalized anxiety during the process. We found that 77% people who participated, their quality of life index became extremely well, and we did it through the SF12 research. And then 72% people who were participating who had suffered from severe depression, they felt that there was a reduction in symptoms. I feel these 4 parameters apply more upon a healthcare worker than anybody else, because the situations in which the healthcare worker is, it becomes quite exhausting because of all the emotional drama that one may witness. I was working in the palliative care industry a few weeks ago, and one of the nurses that I was working with, she told me that COVID has been so hard because of two reasons. Number one, the sheer overwhelming, the numbers that they had to face. And number two, a lot of the people were not allowed access to their families. So when they passed or when they were sick, when they were suffering, they could meet their families to help in sorting the emotions or balancing them. And the families couldn't meet. So the nurses who were the middlemen, they had to take the emotional baggage of the patients who couldn't go out and the families who could come in. And even after the COVID ended, the nurse said that she felt that there was a great residue that she was carrying. And if we look at it psychologically, what she was trying to explain as a residue, she said it's like a weight. Each time the case gets finished, I move on to the next patient. The previous patient leaves behind some form of residue. And these are what we are saying, the stressors, the parameters of anxiety, depression. This is what chronically can lead to insomnia, and chronic depression, anxiety, insomnia, stress can lead to other physiological disorders that will affect our quality of life. The interventions that we introduced to the nurses are the meditative interventions. And through these interventions, they said they were able to do three things. Number one, they were able to do a strategic pause in which they reported, and we did our research and we did a whole study on healthcare workers and the impacts of non pharmaceutical protocols in their life. So, the first parameter that they said that they were able to help themselves with is they were able to make a strategic pause. They explained it in a very beautiful manner. They said that just like there is hand sanitizer and we sanitize after each patient, these meditative protocols help us make a strategic pause so that we can offload this emotional baggage that we may feel gets heavy at time and affects us. The second place where they said they were helped by these protocols were they said sometimes there is severe anxiety that may come from working so much or when there is an uncertainty of what may happen with the patient or with the work itself. They said generally when that anxiety would come or when that stress would come, it would be very difficult because it would just come in the life and it becomes overwhelming. And they said through the practice of these meditative protocols, we were able to do two things. We were able to see the anxiety as it is coming. So understand this when we'll do the meditation, it's not like magically the stress and anxiety will disappear. They reported the anxiety still came, but there was a difference. Number one, we were able to spot the anxiety from far away. And number two, we were given tools to deal with the anxiety. So earlier, when anxiety would come, it would just come as a surprise. And even when it comes, they may not know what to do. But these meditative tools, they said, we used it when we saw the anxiety coming. And many a times we could either protect ourselves completely from the onset of severe anxiety, or we could manage it, mitigate it, and slowly finish it. And the third thing that the healthcare worker reported that these meditative protocols could help them with is resilience training. The beautiful thing is that healthcare workers are more resilient than anybody. They push their bodies, they push their minds, they have long working hours, they stretch the limits of their body already. And their bodies and minds are so forgiving that if little bit joy, bliss, happiness, and mental health is provided, then the body gives more. For me, resilience training is not about stretching already thin resources thinner. Resilience training is about becoming stronger, healthier, better, so that in the time of crisis, our body, our mind can deliver what exactly it is that we need to deliver. Resilience training literally means burnout prevention. And the physicians reported that if they practice at least 5 times in a day, then they could prevent the physician burnout that their field brings in their life. So, the same techniques that helped the physicians take a strategic pause, that help them in burnout prevention, and that help them to predict the onset of anxiety and deal with it with the meditative tools, those same techniques, if you allow me, I would like to share with you today. Excellent. I hope that during this training period that I have with you and all the modules that I'm sharing with you, you would be able to practice and the same results that I talked about in the reduction of the parameters of depression, anxiety, insomnia, and the increase in quality of life. I hope those same parameters you can also experience in your life. In this training program, I would be sharing each of these modalities with you each week that I get to spend with you. And at the same time, I'm extremely grateful to Lenmed because they really care about you. And they have told me that whatever techniques we would be discussing, they would be like to put it in their internal servers as well, so that all of you have access to these tools, so that whenever you are feeling these parameters getting deviated from the baseline, at least you have the means to manage them in a non-pharmaceutical manner. That being said, I would recommend that you attend each meditation session, because each technique is a progressive technique. We have worked very hard. We have been researching since 2017. We have been practicing since almost 10 years. And our whole objective has been to make scientific interventions that are progressive, protocol based, and each intervention has gone through rigorous clinical trials, and it has again and again shown to bring the desired mental health results that we want to bring in the society. So I hope you can learn all these interventions and you can bring in your life, and if these help you, then you can may even use them with your patients to help calm them down as well, because it's a known fact that if we take an integrative approach, then even the pharmaceutical therapies work better on a mind that is calm, stable, and peaceful. That being said, let us prepare ourselves. So, I do not know who I have in front of me. I do not see any faces, but I assume I have pretty doctors from South Africa. So some of you may have a deepened meditation practice, some of you may be beginners, but don't worry. I'll make it very easy for you. What I'll speak, if you are a veteran meditator, this will help you. And if you are a novice, this will help you as well. So if you deconstruct any meditation practice in the world, any, trust me, we did deconstruct all of them. Any good meditation practice has 4 elements to it. The first element is posture, and we are going to work upon it. So let us start with your posture. How are you sitting? Are you sitting straight? Can you sit straighter? How's your neck? Your hands on your thighs, your feet firmly on the ground. Try to relax. This is the first element, becoming mindful of the posture. The second element is becoming mindful of the breath. How are you breathing? Inhale, exhale. The breath is a very powerful tool in the meditative practice, and we are going to explore the various breath works that we can do when we are going deep in meditation. In the yoga of immortal protocols that we have designed, breath plays an important role, and even in today's session, Dr. Randhir was kind enough to tell us that I'm going to tell you a few exercises, and some people thought, oh my God, we are going to do cardiovascular stimulation. Don't worry. The only cardiovascular stimulation I'm going to make you do is your breath work. So try to be mindful of your breath during the whole process. I may give you various ways through which we breathe, but our breath is important. So try to be aware of the breath. Focus. Take a deep breath. Exhale. The second thing that we will try to be aware of is intention. So, posture, breath, intention. Intention is our thoughts, the continuous running of thoughts that happens in our mind. We will affect our intention by practicing selective awareness and visualization. And finally, the fourth element of a good meditative session is emotion. Emotion is what are your underlying feelings. We become mindful of them, we observe them, and then we try to transition them. So, what did I say? Four factors: posture, breath, intention, emotion. You deconstruct any meditation session in the world, these are the four factors that are being stimulated. Either a combination of these four factors or all of them put together. So, when we begin our meditation session, let us also work on all these four factors. First, let us work on the breath. The way we will do the breath work right now is through a method called the rosary method. In the rosary method, you count your breath. So, if I tell you 1, 2, 3, I want you to inhale. And if I tell you 3, 2, 1, try to exhale. Your breath 3 times deep in, 3 times deep out. Let us try. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. How your breath will look like is when you are inhaling, try to breathe in an exaggerated manner. When you are inhaling, inhale as much as you can. When you are exhaling, exhale as much. Think as if you are a thespian and you have to act that you are breathing on a stage in front of thousands of people. So you can't just relax. You have to portray with your physicality. So inhale. With my count. Let us try. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Relax. Through the counted breath, we engage two elements, the posture and the breath. What did I say? We have four elements that we have to engage. Now we focus towards engaging intention. We engage the intention by visualization. Visualization helps us focus our thoughts and let go of the stress that we may be feeling. So, how we are going to visualize? your awareness to the top of your head. Let us try. Right now, you don't even need to close your eyes. Your awareness at the top of the head, visualize, imagine a ball of light. When I'll say 1, feel the ball of light enter inside your head. 2, let it go to your heart. 3, let it go to the sole of your feet. Then I will say 3, the ball of light to the feet. 2, make the ball of light go up to the heart. 1, make the ball of light go up to the head. With the 1, 2, 3, you inhale. So feel your breath has some form of power on this visualization. So as you are pulling in the breath, you are pulling this ball of light 1, 2, 3 from the head to the heart to the feet as you pull in the breath. And then when I say 3, 2, 1, push out your breath, exhale, and you're pushing this ball of light from the feet through the heart to the top of the head. Let us try. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold the breath. Ball of light to the feet. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Ball of light to the top of the head. Then 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Now we engaged our posture, our breath, and our intention. We must engage our emotion. To do that, I'm going to make you practice selective awareness, meaning we will find a thought and we will try to project it. And in doing so, engaging and stimulating the physiological responses that come out of emotion. So now is the time. Close your eyes. Just relax. Keep your eyes closed. Let us be mindful of the posture. If we are sitting straight or we need to be straighter. Become mindful of your breath. If your breath is deep, fine. If not, let your breath become deeper. Finally, be mindful of your thoughts. And within your mind, try to find gratitude. The emotion of gratitude. Try to remember the memory. When was the last time you were most grateful? When something beautiful, magical had happened in your life. And you were so very happy. When you were ready to dance like a child. When you were ready to laugh and giggle and smile and be happy. Take that gratitude, that feeling, and take your awareness to the sun shining in the sky. And I want you to try to visualize the sun like you used to draw the sun in kindergarten, a smiling face with big, beautiful eyes. and try to create a thought that the sun is my friend. The sun gives me light, and within the sun lies all the power and strength that I need today. In your mind, create the intention that within the sun lies all the power that you need, as if the sun represents the gateway to the universe. And let there be the thought, the sun is my friend. And I am grateful to my friend. And now once again, we are going to breathe. But this time, visualize. When I say 1, 2, 3, then when you inhale, all the light of the sun is going in from the top of your head, down to the heart, down to the sole of the feet. And when you exhale, 3, 2, 1, let there be the thought and intention that all that is within you, all that is unwanted, all that is a residue, with your breath, you are pushing it upwards, from the feet, from the heart, through the head, back to the sun. When you inhale, let there be the thought you are inhaling the light of the sun, filling yourself, becoming as strong as you need to be. And when you exhale, 3, 2, 1, all that is within you, all the emotions, thoughts, energies, you are exhaling back into the sun, into the universe, and becoming 10 times lighter than before. Let us try. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Visualize that you are breathing in and out from the top of your head, filling yourself with the light and becoming empty as you exhale. Really try to pull and push the breath, exaggerated breathing. Let us begin. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Let us work on the fourth parameter a little bit, the emotions. Try to create the thought that the body is temporary. Each atom, each cell within you, it is temporary. It is borrowed. Everything inside you comes from the universe, and one day it will go back. You will have to let go of each cell, each atom, each thought. And meditation is a choice, is an understanding that if one day I have to let go of everything, then why should I carry all this stress and anxiety and depression till that day? If one day I have to let go, then I choose in my meditation today to let go all that I feel is unwanted, to let go of all the burden I may feel in my heart. If I have to let go one day, then today I am ready to let go of all the stress and become as light as I can. All your awareness to the sun, as if all of the sun's light with your inhalation is entering your body from the head down to your feet. And each time you exhale, simply let go. And all the light from the head back to the sun. A few more times, breathe with me. This time, a little bit faster, a little bit deeper. Let us begin. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Let your eyes be closed. Towards your thoughts, let there be non-judgmental awareness. Witness each thought like you witness a floating cloud. Observe. Try not to react. Each thought about work, about deadlines, just observe. If there are good thoughts, no need to be attracted. If they are bad, no need to be repulsed. Just try to observe. And as you observe, meditate on the word surrender. The word letting go. A simple acceptance that good things will happen in my life. I surrender to the wonderful light, to the wonderful energies that are around me. All your focus on the sun. And each time you inhale, again, the thought that you are filling yourself with the strength and power you need. But this time, when you exhale, meditate on the word surrender. And a simple thought, I am ready to let go. I am ready to feel light. And for the last time, focus on your breath. And this time when you breathe, think of yourself like a balloon, completely empty from inside, only the skin that remains. And when you inhale, this balloon becomes bigger, it expands, fill itself with the light. When you exhale, this balloon contracts and it let go of all that's inside it. With each breath, try to meditate on the vacuum that you create inside you. And let us start. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Very slowly, just for a few minutes, think of yourself like a balloon. Expand, and when you contract, become as light as you can. As peaceful as you can. As calm as you can. Just a few more times, as deeply. 1, 2, 3. Release. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And as you relax, once again, be aware of your posture. Be mindful if you are straight or you can be straighter. Be mindful of the breath. Is it deep or it can be deeper? And be mindful of your thoughts and emotions. And feel them becoming calmer. We will end with a gratitude. Gratitude to the universe for all the good things that will happen in my life from today. I am grateful for all the good things that will happen in my life from today. And slowly move your fingers, rub your palms, hands to the face, and open your beautiful eyes. Excellent. When we are talking about a meditation practice, it can be introduced in your life in various ways. The first way is, as I discussed before, the rosary method. The rosary meant, if you look at theological places, you will see people have beads and they count the beads. So the rosary method to meditation is all the time, as you live, walk, talk, trying to be mindful of your breath. This meditation technique that I taught you, it could be practiced as a rosary method. You're talking to your patients, you are losing your cool, just for a second, let your awareness be to the sun, just like a flower becomes aware of the sun that is far, far away, and visualize that when you breathe, the light of the sun is coming in through the head, through the heart to the feet. One, two, three, and exhale, and the light, the visualization, all the heaviness inside the body, through the heart, through the head, back to the sun. So you could be in a stressful environment, and while being in that environment, you are breathing your mind. A part of your mind is practicing the meditative protocol. So you're just going that ways. You may not be able to control what's happening in front, but you'll be able to control what's happening inside. I recommend this if you feel sometimes situations are tough, then at least you can keep yourself grounded through the situations by making each breath meditative. The second way how we can introduce the meditation into our life is what I like to call the cupcake strategy. First was the rosary method, now is the cupcake strategy. Have you ever seen a cupcake? The cupcakes are small, delicious. They have all the flavors, the beauty, the intensity of a cake, yet they are convenient and small. So the cupcake strategy is introducing a bunch of strategic pauses throughout your day. So you just met a patient, you have 1 minute. In that 1 minute, introduce a cupcake. Find a corner, sit, systems check, observe your posture, breath, intention, emotion, close your eyes, and this technique that I talked to you about, the 3-point technique. Focus, meditate on the sun and the light. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Just you are sanitizing your mind, you are becoming happy, you're becoming joyous, you are doing a cupcake, small, sweet, delicious meditation, and then you are going back. Or when you are going home from your office, you have a minute in the car, just balance yourself, settle yourself before you jump into the chaos of your house. The third is how you introduce meditation in your life is a dedicated practice. A dedicated practice in the ancient modality was called tap. Now, a dedicated routine practice is every day of your time, take out 30 minutes or 15 minutes early in the morning or late in the evening when you have dedicated that time to just seriously sit and practice a technique. I recommend that if you want to do a dedicated routine practice, there are two perfect times. When we did our clinical studies, we saw the maximum benefit that can come from the meditative practice is just before you go to sleep, and just after you wake up from bed. So, if you want to do a dedicated routine practice, then probably in the night time when you are on your bed about to go to sleep, just sit straight, focus on your breath, meditate, relax. You can do this 3 point technique that we did, focus on the sun, and then the visualization, the physiological stimulation through the focus of the awareness and the selective awareness of doing non judgmental awareness to the thoughts and the breath. Counted breath 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Or you could do this early in the morning. You've woken up, you are in South Africa, you have an amazing sun. Oh my God, I am jealous. I miss South Africa. I wonder where you are from. Are you in Durban, Joburg, Cape Town, wherever? But early in the morning, you've just woken up, you have a few minutes, sit in front of the sun and do this 3 point visualization. Inhale and the count in your head 1, 2, 3. Exhale 3, 2, 1. And as I said, the technique I shared with you, it can be the rosary, it can be the cupcake, or it could be a dedicated routine practice. This is the first modality that I have shared with you, and every single week that we will meet, I'm going to go and we are going to explore this subject of meditation further and further apart. And I promise you, by the end of the 4 weeks, if you practice and progress like the way I discuss, you would be like a yogi sitting not in the Himalayas but in South Africa. And it would be nice to see some South African yogis as well. So, thank you so very much to the wonderful people that attended. Thank you to the Lenmed group for caring so much about the mental health of the healthcare workers. And thank you to the team of wonderful doctors that have organized and arranged these sessions for all of you. Before I let you go, we have a few minutes. If there is a way there can be Q&A, I would love to answer the questions in the best possible manner. Otherwise, the beautiful session ends and you go back to your exhausting work. Yes. Yes. Is there a way of Q&A? Is there a message board, chat board?
Yes, thanks, Ishanji. We do have the chat box, but we don't see any questions posted as yet. We'd like to just invite our attendees, if there's any comments or questions, please feel free to enter it in the chat box.
And while you are doing that, you can breathe 1, 2, 3, exhale 3, 2, 1. I would always recommend you have some time walking, talking, do the rosary method, connect to the breath, connect to the visualization, and you can balance yourself. Wonderful. I think everybody is in a meditative bliss, so there are no questions. So I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Yes, ma'am.
I'd just like to also ask Dr. Rendir Purambasi to do the closing. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen. We are truly indebted to the Lenmed Hospital Group and to Ishanji for providing us with the wisdom of the Yoga of Immortals program. And remember, he'll be joining us for the next 3 weeks. So please join us for session 2 next Tuesday at 2 p.m. as Ishanji continues on his quest to make our lives more powerful, purposeful, meaningful, and successful. Ishan Bhaiya, Namah Shivaya, thank you very much for all the key takeaways we received today.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day and my regards to the whole of South Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much.